Gen Z podcast. Cheers.
Gen Z podcast. Cheers with our tiny little espressos.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's the shit. Espresso, dude.
Good shit. All right, so this is really a test of our content. We're hoping the mics work a little better this time. We know the lighting's not the greatest, but we couldn't pass up this sick background that we got going on here. So
you can't beat it. You know, if you have a pool, you have to utilize that shit. The other settings just wouldn't do this justice. You know, you got to give the people what they fucking want.
Absolutely. So it is just past 1:30 in the afternoon here. We had a great morning. Woke up at 5, did our morning routines, went to the gym, had a great session there, got our complimentary breakfast, juice, and coffee, and then we went grocery shopping when Brandon discovered that he is locked out of all of his banks.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. But when you have a good attitude about it and you're a problem solver, it becomes more manageable. Basically, just to sum it all up, because it would be boring if I got too much into the weeds, no one gives a shit, right?
How many hours have you spent dealing with this situation now?
Easily 10. I really believe I've spent 10 total hours, like, trying to find resolutions to Bank of America not locking me out, other applications not locking me out, and trying to download applications to communicate with those organizations. But I believe I'm very close to a resolution. Basically, when you travel abroad, you're going to get something that's called an eSIM. All other phones used to have physical SIM cards that you would load in, right?
Correct.
That it's changed now. So you want to get eSIMs. So what an eSIM allows you to do, it allows you to pay for data as you go. You can there's so many companies that exist that have them, and you can buy them anywhere. You'll get off the plane. How many people came up to us and like, eSIM? Like, it's not hard to buy. But the issue is when all of your accounts are tied to your phone number and SMS text verification, an eSIM does you jack shit because you might have access to email, internet, fucking logging in your apps. You'll have data, you get Wi-Fi, right? But if you can't get an SMS text message to verify some of this stuff, you could be really fucked out of all your money.
eSIMs only work for data roaming, not for talk and text roaming, which we're in 2025 now, and those things are still separate, and this is still a hassle to deal with, which is absolutely amazing to me. It's ridiculous.
It's interesting because, like, most organizations, right, you have two-factor authentication. There's so many different workarounds, right? You could have a 2FA app with, like, a code that I could use with data, right? And I use that for a lot of different products, right?
That's actually more secure.
That's more. It's 2F. It's like built into it, right? It's a code that changes every 20 seconds or so, right? In Aidan's circumstance, he's not having these same issues because his bank allows to verify through email, correct?
Correct. They send me a text and an email when they detect fraud, so I can go into either of those options and select not fraud. So so far, I've been using my Chase credit card for just about everything out here, and I haven't had any issues. He, on the other hand, banks with Bank of America. So we just want to say fuck Bank of America and please remove all of your accounts from that shitty bank immediately.
Dude, they're the worst. They're totally the worst. So, yeah, definitely fuck those guys. Man, I've called up there multiple times, even with my sister on the end. So one of the workarounds was that I was like, okay, fuck. I don't have like a direct way to call these guys. So I've been using an app called WhatsApp, which is really common anywhere outside of the U.S. People know what WhatsApp is. Unless you're in China, then they use WeChat, also known as Weixin. That's a different story. So I use WhatsApp to call my sister. She grabs another phone, dials Bank of America off that phone, puts me on speaker so I can talk to my bank that way. And I had to have her log into my banking app. We got access. I said, okay, please don't block me again. They finally unblocked my account. I said, please don't do it. Don't fucking do it. They said, okay, Brandon, we're going to try. We're going to try not to fuck you. Like, she literally said, we'll try. Like, I'll add a note. And I'm like, she didn't add a fucking note. She's like, we'll add a note. But, you know, if it happens, I'm like, then what? She said, well, then a text message. I'm like, that's not going to fucking work because I don't have SMS text messaging. But so sure shit, I think it was like 3 hours later, and I fucking tried to order protein powder, and it said unusual activity, and I was fucked again. So one of the workarounds is I've been utilizing Cash App. Cash App is based, I do have a generally favorable opinion of Cash App. I like what those guys do. They're pro Bitcoin. You can't buy shit coins on that platform. They're pretty legit. So I've been using my Cash App card because I can withdraw money from my Bank of America to Cash App and then use that like cash. Except I don't have a virtual Cash App card, or I don't have my physical one with me, but that keeps me liquid. And then if Aidan withdraws money or I use like his money, I can just Cash App him. So there's all these workarounds, but really the issue that's causing all of it, right? If I can just fix the SMS text messaging. So I got in contact with Boost Mobile, and fuck you, everybody that talks shit about Boost, because they've been the most helpful organization. I'm a pro Boost Mobile guy. And if you don't like that, you're going to pack, I'm going to punch you in the fucking mouth. You got to make it full circle. Those who know. We should post that. Give a shout out to, what the fuck's his name? I'm losing it.
You're the one that showed me that.
Donald
I
Duck,
showed you Super
Goofy,
Hot
Mickey
Fire.
Mouse.
You showed me
Tube Steak.
That's it.
Donald Duck, Goofy, Mickey Mouse. I'm going to punch you in your fucking mouth. So, anyways, okay. So Boost Mobile has been helpful. Okay, I just got off the phone with an individual named John. I don't think his name was really John, but that's what he told me his name was. But he was helpful. He told me to call back again, and what anyone would want, and this is helpful information for people that are traveling abroad, especially in Southeast Asia. What you would want is a data roaming package. You don't want international talk and text, because I bought that. That's for U.S. people looking to make outbound calls or text messages anywhere else. You want global talk and text. No, you want data roaming. Global data roaming. I fucked it up.
Data roaming is what we have with the eSIMs. That's easy to get.
Okay.
You want talk and text roaming.
Talk and text roaming that's
Correct.
Perhaps what he called it. Okay. So that would allow me to receive and send text messages from being outside of my country, right? So we're going to work on authenticating my account, not by SMS, because John knows that I can't do that. So he's getting the people security team on that can verify with other sources, right? Which there's plenty. There's many other ways we can do this. And we'll have some resolve here hopefully by 9 p.m. But it's fun. It's a great learning experience. And it makes for better content because it adds an educational element to what we're doing, right? And
it's adversity to overcome.
Sure.
It's part of the adventure. It's
100%.
part of the international experience.
For sure.
And it's also a highlight of why Bitcoin is so important, especially as we get further and further into the information age. Mm-hmm. You need to be able to be your own bank, because when you decide to travel the world as a sovereign individual and your American bank shuts you out of your money, what are you to do?
Mm-hmm. You're fucked.
You really are fucked.
If you can't send him a text message, oh, well, I guess fuck you. That's basically what they told me, right? And it's archaic, man. It's antiquated is a better word. It's an antiquated method for exchanging money and storing value. And it's definitely, their time is coming. It's a matter of time. But
there's too much third-party risk having to deal with all of that crap.
Fucking all the apps and just,
we need peer-to-peer transactional capabilities.
And it exists.
It does.
So we're getting there. But yeah, good educational stuff, because one of the portions of this podcast, right, and why we're starting this is there's kind of like a multitude of different facets and things we'd like to dive into, right? Aidan and I, of course, are both on a journey for wellness and health. You know, him and I have both made great changes over the last couple years with our minds, our bodies, spiritually. It's an ongoing process, right?
It never stops.
No, it never stops. So there's a lot of personal wellness and development things, but we also like to contribute as entertainers because it's fun to fuck around. So there's a place for that. There's a place for interviewing guests. There's a place to share this experience and talk about traveling, some of the pitfalls, some of the struggles, the cultural differences. I'm super into culture and language. Aidan's learning Russian, and we're starting to learn Indonesian a little bit. And there's a lot there, and there's a lot of international people here as well that speak multiple languages and come from different cultural backgrounds. So you'll be seeing them as well. And it gives us, we have plenty of time now and an opportunity to not just leave it to one single topic or focus, but to leave the audience, you guys, with just diverse perspectives, philosophies, pieces of entertainment, something where any single person can take something from this podcast or tune into a specific day where they can see their preferred content. And that's the kind of experience that we want to create.
Absolutely. And we're going to be working on getting the kinks out of this, getting our audio right, getting our lighting right, so we can provide the most value to you guys. But even if our lighting and audio sucks, we're still going to be providing value with our entertaining content, and hopefully you can learn something from our crazy adventures.
Fuck yeah. No, fuck yeah, dude. It's and we were kind of joking. It's like we called it Gen Z podcast because you see like all the Gen Zs, like they'll just go up to somebody in a fucking hallway in their school, like, what's your name? What are you studying? And they do that. And that seems to be like good enough. So when we were talking about it, you know, we have a friend who had a fucking awesome setup, and like we have buddies. So like particularly John and Muncie, who are phenomenal at production quality, right? Like these guys have
they
fucking,
really are.
not only like sound engineering and production quality, and they'd see this and they'd be like, this is fucking shitty. Like they're gonna, like, from a production and sound engineering standpoint, they probably like fucking like drive them nuts. But at the end of the day, like, we will get better with it, and
We're
have
just
a lot
out
of
here
support.
doing the thing.
Yeah.
We're sending it.
We're just sending it, and we're not video production people. We're not, and it kind of makes it fun. But we are entertainers. We're two guys on a journey. We're eager to learn, interview people. We love people, and you know, that's what's important, and that's what we hope to offer. So we appreciate your patience as we work through some of these bugs and these kinks, and you know, walk this line together. It's funny. I'm looking at the background here. You guys don't see it, but right now Aidan's getting a brand new AC. He's gone 3 days without AC, so I'm
Thank
like,
the Lord.
yeah, I'm like, thank God that if I had to have that battle, my sickness and I think I'd be face down in that fucking pool right now. And this podcast would just be brought to you by Aidan. ADT
Yeah, I think
Fitness.
you would definitely
Align your
have
minds.
to,
Yeah, I would have aligned my mind in the bottom of that fucking pool. That's what it would have been dark real quick, and Aidan be like crying, because I hope you would still record. I hope you'd be like,
Oh, yeah. I mean, I
super
wouldn't let
content.
your death stop
Just
this.
fucking record my body. Brandon just killed himself last night.
Content would be submitting a claim to our travel insurance to repatriate your remains back to the United States
And try to get money off of it.
Yeah, see if they actually
Yeah.
cover that.
Because if you got paid off of, no, see, I don't, because I don't have an employer. Like, if I would have had an employer with a life insurance policy, if like
Ooh.
somebody could get paid off that, but no, that doesn't happen. Like when you kill yourself, I don't think
Yeah,
that cancels.
kind of avoids it.
It avoids the whole thing. So you know, and they probably think that you know what I would do if I ever did that. Like, I'm just trying to think in a really dark way. I would make it look like Aidan kind of did it. So there would be like an investigation on him, because I think that'd be funnier. That'd be like a funny send off. Like I swear I didn't do it. Like, no, they don't know. Then like they take you to jail.
It's like the evidence that you created that I did it would be more compelling than me saying that I didn't do it. I'd
like-
just go to prison.
Yeah.
Be like, well, I guess I'm filming content here now.
Correct. And I would have to like call somebody and be like, Aidan's about to deal with some shit. I need you to film it. I need you to make a documentary proving his innocence, because I'm going to make it look like he's guilty, but like let it go on for a little bit. But like once it gets too serious, show him this tape saying that like I totally did it myself. And then you get like a Netflix deal out of it, you know? It's a fucked up way of hooking the homies up.
Even in the afterlife, you're always taking care of me.
100%, dude. That's what friends are for. But you know, you just got to have fun with it. And yeah, it's been a rough couple days for me, for sure. It's frustrating being someone who's so active and, you know, extroverted, to be like bogged down and not at his personal best. Because like really, when you're sick, like you should just, like, Aidan's good at this. You said when you get sick, what do you do?
I lay in bed and pretty much just rest.
Yeah, that shit drives me fucking crazy. But I've been doing it, and it's, you know, to be completely honest, it's scroll.
Yeah, and
Fucking-
half the time when you have a fever, it's like your mind can't function. So
Yeah.
the only entertainment
Brain
is
rot.
mindless
It's
scrolling.
mindless
Because
brain
anytime you
rot.
try to do something mindful, your brain can't compute.
It's
You're
like-
just like, all right, reels it is then.
Man, it's such a shitty
Reels or sleep.
trade-off. Like, I hate to like accept that as that's what you got to do when you're sick, but it was really I like reread the same sentence over and over again, trying to read a book.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not retaining that, trying to study a foreign language. Like, there's a plenty of shit to do, but it really felt like memes and just like really just fucked up Instagram posts were the move. So I appreciate everyone sending me content over the last couple days, but that's something to be mindful of too. Like, well, I'm out here. We want to be making this shit, and we want to add value, right? Not waste people's time. So it's important to be mindful of your own scrolling, my scrolling, but being sick, man, it's best to rest because you'll just delay the inevitable, which is staying sick longer. You know?
Absolutely. We got to get better. We got adventures to go on.
Oh, yeah.
You got to come get a foot massage at the beach with me.
Dude, talk about that.
Yeah, so yesterday I went to the beach for the first time, and they have all these like beach chairs with umbrellas set up. So I went up to this guy, asked like, how much? Like, I want to get a chair and buy a cold coconut. So I bought an ice cold coconut, got myself a beach chair under the umbrella, went and laid down. And then this lady comes up to me because everyone on the beach is trying to sell you shit, whether it's jewelry or sunglasses or some dude tried to sell me a kite. It looked like a flying pirate ship, which is pretty cool.
Oh, is that the one that I saw on your
Yes,
Snap?
that
was
it.
fucking. He tried to sell you that.
Yeah, he was selling that.
How much did he want for it?
I didn't ask. I just said nope,
That was fucking
no,
sick.
thank you.
I wouldn't have been upset if you came back with that. I'd be like, that was fucking cool. I don't know what we're gonna do with it here, but it was cool.
But then this lady came by, right? She was selling scarves, and then she's also like, foot massage? And I'm like, no, I'm good. And then she just starts like rubbing my foot. And she's like, oh, no, I give you foot massage. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, well, that actually feels pretty good. And I'm like, how much? She's like, $50,000, which is like just over $3. So I'm like, you know what, lady, you got me. I appreciate your hustle.
I fucking love that.
So I'm
shit.
sitting there drinking my ice cold coconut water, getting my feet rubbed, laying on the beach.
Such a diva. I fucking love
I'm
that.
just like,
She's
I
like,
love
oh, you're gonna,
this island.
You're gonna love this shit. She's like, you're gonna like this, you dirty little bitch. She rubs your feet. You're like, yeah, it does feel pretty good.
Yeah, but the
She
whole
knew
time,
she had you.
the whole time I'm there, like an hour and a half or so, I'm laying under an umbrella in the shade. So I figured I'd be fine, right? Well, apparently that umbrella was fake news because I got super sunburned and I had like my shirt on, but I had it unbuttoned and open. So I got this super weird like sunburn.
Yeah.
My face is super red. So yeah, the umbrellas on the Seminyak Beach are fake news. But
yeah, he came back. I was like, dude, you got fucking crispy because I haven't seen you get burned that bad. You know.
Yeah,
ever.
it's been a while.
Yeah, I don't usually get burned that bad either, but it's nice. Like, really,
We're gonna be very dark by the end of this trip.
For sure, dude. And really, to be completely honest, guys, you know, I was out here last month, kind of exploring the area, and I went all around the entire island. Right now, Aidan's only seen like Seminyak, Canggu, and there's so much to see on this fucking island, right? But the weather last time I was here was fucking rainy most of the time, and it's been like mostly sunny here.
Yeah, we've
You
had
know?
very nice mornings, which is nice because a lot of what we like to do, like go to the gym, go out, do stuff, is in the morning, and then we'll see some rain in the afternoon. Like you can see the clouds are starting to move in right now, but earlier today it was super sunny. It's super
perfect.
hot. You get back to the place, you take a dip in the pool. Like it's been really fantastic for. It's supposed to be rainy season right now.
Yeah.
So we're very grateful for the weather we've had so far.
And the rain kind of cools you off. It's like everything, you just have to take everything as it comes. I believe that there's an inherent negative attitude towards rain, and I just don't see it that way anymore. You know, it's just an opportunity to do something else, like work on.
It's life-giving.
Yeah, it's life-giving, dude, 100%. So, you know, you take the rain with the sunshine, but we have had a lot of sunshine, which is nice. And I told Aidan, I'm like, hey, let's go to the beach yesterday. And then my head started pounding, and I got locked out of my account. So I was like, dude, I'm fucking staying back. And I told him to go to Seminyak Beach, and he had his coconut, his foot rub. And I think that was important, you know.
Yes, that was
We
a
all
good
need
experience.
that. We all need a coconut, a foot rub, and a little bit of sunburn once in a while.
And just the fact that we can get around so easily. Like we're using an app called Grab, which is basically like Uber over here. But you can specifically request people to pick you up on a scooter. So we've been going to and from the gym every day. I went to and from the beach, and it's usually around between like 50 and 80 cents per ride. It's an incredible way to get around. It's super affordable. We would never take a car because cars won't get you anywhere. The traffic here is horrible. We've had a couple scooter rides, though, where we've been in heavy traffic, And the drivers, you're weaving in and out of cars. You're going up on sidewalks. You're almost getting hit. Like your knees are inches away from other trucks or trees or whatever. And it can be a little nerve-wracking.
For sure. These guys are pros, though. I mean, they can bob and weave it. Fucking bob and weave that traffic, dog. And they do a great job.
And you're just holding on to this tiny handle under your butt like, oh, shit, here we go.
So I don't think Aidan does this, but it's just like Uber, right? They have, like, regular and then XL. So, fucking mosquito. So I always order the XL scooter for an extra 60 cents. It doesn't really break the bank, and since I'm a bigger guy, I have more cushion on the back, more back support because the shocks are usually better, and the bikes are larger. So I'm like, I'll totally pay the extra 60 cents. But since I got locked out of my account today, Aidan left me with 10,000. He's like, here's 10,000 rupiah to get back because you can click cash only. And I looked and I was like, oh, fuck, this won't cover an XL. So I didn't take a small one here for 8,000, tip the guy 2,000, which I'm just trying to do math for these guys. 60 cents, which is 11 cents.
60 cents, right?
So 10,000 would be 60 cents. So one-fifth of that would be like 11 or 12 cents. I'm trying to think for the tip.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I left
I've been tipping the 12 cents.
Yeah,
2,000 rupees.
which like sounds shitty, but it's actually like a 20-30% tip on what the ride is, right? So you see how tip culture is so fucking crazy in America? I have a sneaking suspicion that as more Americans come over here, they're going to fuck this place up. It's going to be like, because even what have you gotten? People on the app asking him.
Yeah, they'll literally just ask, can you give me a tip?
Like once they fucking sniff out that you're an American, they're like, tip.
That's why when people on the beach ask me from where I'm from, I just say, I'm from the other side of the world. I stopped saying USA. Yeah. I'm not telling people I'm from America.
That's anymore. Like when people ask me where are you staying at? That's, and they're locals here, like everyone's super friendly. So I don't necessarily believe that there's like ulterior motives. There's always gonna be people like that. But they're just curious. Like when they say like, where are you staying at? I said right down the street. That's what I say. Like, don't get specific. It's like, oh, I'm gonna give you my address. You know what I mean? No, I'm fucking. We're right down the street. You I like that shit. On the other side of the world. Other side of the world.
Or if you want to fake it, a little bit of Australian. You're better at the Australian
I can talk like this. I'm from Australia. Me and my mates go down here. You fuck around and get a foot massage. Who's going to touch my fucking feet?
Damn, I love it.
We'll add that one. We'll chop that up into a clip. Yeah, when you're sick, it's tough to do in Australian because it really tickles the back of the throat.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I don't even know how long we've been here. Like what, 4 days? It's felt like a really long time. 5. We're packing the days.
Yeah, it's fun, man, and we're still developing regular eating habits, routines. It's nice that we got our protein because it is a struggle to get enough protein naturally in a diet anywhere, even in the U.S. But out here,
you can't find protein snacks at the mini marts.
No,
like
they
at
don't.
least in America, you can buy even if it's shitty ingredients, you can get a protein bar that has 20, 30 grams of protein in it. You can't find that out here.
No.
Like there's still
how much protein was in it? The one that you read?
The fake news protein bar. I think
news.
it had 9 grams of protein, and they called it a protein bar.
Listen, it's a very good protein bar. That much I can tell you. Probably the greatest. 9 grams of very good protein.
You can't call that a protein bar. It didn't have any seed oils, which is great, but that's not a fucking protein bar.
Listen, Bobby. You got to behave yourself. If we're going to if you want to move up in the world, you got to accept my protein bars. That much I can tell you.
I guess I have no choice. You're going to have to learn how to do a fucking pull-up.
That won't happen. RFK Jr. would smoke him in a fucking pull-up contest. I love that shit, man. Interesting times for you guys, bud. Right? We're approaching Inauguration Day. It's funny. I told people this is like one instance in particular, but they're like, somehow it got brought up, right? That I was selling my place and moving to Bali for 6 months. And it was like right after the election, and the person's like, "Oh yeah, I don't blame you." And I just started laughing. I was like, oh, they think I'm running away from that. I'm like, no, I actually voted for that. No, I entirely support the new administration coming in, and I'm actually super stoked for you guys. But in case it doesn't work, we're going to be over here for a while.
Yeah, we're going to feel it out from afar.
Figure out your fucking riots and all that shit, and all the alphabet stuff, and then we'll see you guys in 6 months. And if there's no country in 6 months, we'll just fucking stay here.
I guess so. Yeah, indefinite visas.
Yeah, but
hopefully
optimistic.
America is a healthier place.
They're going to make America healthy again.
Back.
Yeah, you guys are going to make America great again. So, and while you make, and they make, and everyone makes America great again, we're going to make Bali great again. Bali's already great. I'm not talking shit. It's a great place.
It seriously is fantastic here.
It's cool, man. Everyone, like I said, and there will be more. This is a pilot. We'll call this a pilot. But, there are a lot of diverse individuals out here, people from different backgrounds. We've only scratched the surface. I've been sick for the last few days, but there's some special people that I've met out here, and Aidan will be meeting them, and they have friends, and it's going to be exciting to kind of meld cultures, learn from each other, and there's just so much shit to do too. I'll be doing some dance classes. We'll be going to English movie night, which doesn't really help us that much for English learning.
To help teach people English.
But that's part of the mentorship, and it's part of the fun. So there's a lot to look forward to, and I'm stoked to be here. I feel like I should be fucking 80-90% tomorrow with my sickness, and hopefully we get this bank shit resolved. But if not, if there's a will, there's a way. The money exists somewhere. It's just fucking getting it.
We will figure this situation out. And we're going to have a great time doing it.
Fuck yeah, dude. And still waiting to hear back from this animal shelter. We had this cat.
Oh, my God.
The cat drives Aidan crazy. He drives me crazy, too. I feel bad. I have to keep shooing him away because he's, infested with lice and shit.
Yeah, he's got fleas.
Yeah,
and
it's not
looks
good.
like he might have some other shit going on.
It's
we
unfortunate.
realized we probably shouldn't be touching him.
Yeah,
but he keeps coming back. I keep having to shoo him back out under the gate.
It's a fucking bummer, dude. So I'm trying to see, I offered up, I will pay for this animal's bills, which I would think would be relatively cheap compared to vet bills in the U.S. I could be wrong before I offer that shit up, but I was like, okay, if this is a few $100, I'll make it happen. But then the vet was like, we can do it, we'll pick him up, but then you have to sign for him and claim him as your own. I'm like, no. I cannot claim. I have one cat with my sister, and she's taking very good care of him. Thank you, Kaylee, for taking care of Satoshi. And man, that would be fucking completely irresponsible if I signed for another cat while I was out here.
That would be very irresponsible.
Yeah, that's like leaving a child behind, right? And then adopting a child when you go to another country. Someone's done that to their kid. It's like the fucking worst Father of the Year award right there. So, so I won't be doing that. But what I'm thinking is, okay, if I get the shelter to be like, hey, tell the shelter, I'll pay for his medical bills, but you guys need to claim him afterwards. You'll have a healthy cat, and then I'll even give you some extra money to help find him a home. That would be what I'm willing to contribute to that, right? And we got to make those decisions sometimes. Aidan and I can't have him in our fucking room. We can't do much. I put out a bowl of water for him. He didn't like it. Aidan tried to give him a potato. He didn't even want that shit.
Yeah, he was meowing at us. I figured he was really hungry because he's super skinny. So I gave him a potato, and he looked at it, and he's like, he didn't want it. All right, well, then go starve.
It was that
I don't know what to tell you.
It's that time Zach tried to give a homeless person in Grand Rapids a turkey sandwich, and he fucking scoffed in his face. It was the funniest shit ever. I was like, that dude doesn't want a turkey sandwich. He wants crack. And then Zach's like, that's really fucked up. And he's like, sir, here's a turkey sandwich. He's like, ugh. And I was like, fucking told ya.
A turkey sandwich just doesn't do what crack can do.
No, it doesn't. I mean, now it kind of does for me because I haven't had crack in so long. But, once in a while I'll eat something. And one time I had, what was it, a piece of cheese? And that really did something.
Oh, yeah, this cheese. That was one of our quotes that we have. We have a whole list of quotes because we tend to say some pretty fucked up shit from time to time.
Especially when we really fucked up. There's still good quotes and memories once in a while.
I think this was on the end of a ketamine night. And you said this cheese tastes so good that it could have prevented 9/11.
Yeah, and I still believe that to this day. I don't care how high or drunk I was. I still believe that cheese could have prevented 9/11. You know, I don't know.
So we're going to have many more quotes by the end of the 6 months in Bali. But thank you guys for tuning in to episode 1 of the Bali Boys podcast. We hope to bring you many more of better quality podcasts. Yep. But for now, this is Aidan and Brandon signing off.
Peace out, guys.